If it's not there, create that space. That's exactly how I've always like navigated. I didn't have that academic space. I didn't have that Black empowerment space when I first got home from college, and I wanted something like that. So create something that you don't see. Be kind to yourself. It is okay. We're all experiencing a bunch of crap. Please, please, please remember it is okay to feel. It is okay to find your tribe. And so that's something I found was super important was allowing myself to be human, allowing myself to break down, allowing myself to find a space where I got to now the Rona kind of shook it up a little bit. I was in a space where I got to have conversations in a room full of Black men, all walks of life, queer, trans, straight, fat, dark skin, light skin, like everything. Um, and that was just such a healing space, older as well. And just seeing like these different dynamics, but we all came here because we had access to a mental health specialist, right? So that's just something I want to make sure people leave with is knowing like you still have your opportunity to build your legacy, change the world in the way that you know how specifically. I use it through my words, I use it through my creation of my podcast. Dancers, tell your story the way you need to tell your story. Musicians, tell your story the way you need to tell the story. Activists, educators, healers, like we all play a different kind of role. Just know what your role is in this space of liberation. Let you what is your space, what is your role in humanity, and how are you creating a world where you're not replicating the trauma that we faced more and more, and make sure that we're not putting that onto the next generation. I think that's something important. So I hope like that just quick reflection where you're allowed to just be human essentially and leave the legacy that you want to leave is really like that motivation for people to hear. And that's really what I got, especially from Chadwick, is specifically him. He hit me a little bit harder than I was expecting. And so make sure you do stuff that means something to you and make sure you do something that will open the door and just be kind as you do it as well. That's the story I keep hearing with him. He was always a kind person and he always put his all in. Do what you need to do, take your breaks when you need to, share when you need to share. But yeah, I think that's all I want to leave the people with during this thing.